With respect to that title, which I admit leaves you wondering what it's all about, including me, I'll tell you what I really had in mind. The title had to do with the question of whether America, by which I mean the United States of America, I mean our society, whether America is what it was, whether America is the land of opportunity which produced over the past 200 years the greatest freedom and prosperity for the widest range of people that the world has ever seen. Whether it still is the land in which people of many races, many beliefs, many origins are free to cooperate together to achieve their separate objectives, while at the same time retaining a diversity of values and opinions. Is that still America? Or is America what it has seemed to be becoming these past few decades? Is America not what it has been, not the land of promise of the past 200 years, but is it instead a land of growing bureaucracy and diminishing freedom? Is it a land of squabbling groups seeking to control the political levers of power, of divisive tendencies that are producing not merely variety, not merely diversity, but open conflict? Is it becoming instead a land of ethnic separatism rather than the land of the melting pot? I believe the choice is still open to us, that we can still decide, you and I and our fellow citizens, which of these two directions we want to go in, whether we want to return to the path that made this the great land of opportunity for millions and millions and millions of people, or whether instead we want to continue down the road toward a destruction of both liberty and prosperity. I believe very deeply that we are nearing the point of no return, that we still have the choice, but that if we continue much longer along the road that we have been going, we no longer shall have the choice, that we shall degenerate into a society which will lose that spark of creativity, that spark of independence, of freedom that we have all loved in our country. You know, I've always been fascinated by the story of golden ages in history. The fascinating thing about them is how brief they are. If you go back to the golden age of the 5th century BC in Greece, or you go back to the golden age in Rome, or go back to the several Elizabethan golden ages, or to the Renaissance, in each case, you have the same kind of phenomenon, a tremendous efflorescence, a flowering of culture, of art, of industry, of architecture, of whatnot, for about 75, 100, 125, 150 years, and then somehow or other it all disappeared. It's the same people, same Peloponnesian Peninsula, same land that was there before the Golden Age came, and that is there after the Golden Age disappears. Have we been going through such a process? Was the 19th and first half of the 20th century our Golden Age? Are we on the way down? Or is there still a possibility of our being able to resume and have a renewed, a repeated Golden Age? We already have gone very far in the direction of restricting our freedom. I need not go into all the details, but all of you are aware of the many ways in which you and I are not free to control our own lives in accordance with our own values. And there is a tremendous tyranny of the status quo. Each one of us will be very, very negative about the restrictions on freedom, except for those that benefit us. Now, that's a different story. It's far easier to get a law into effect than to repeal it, as we've all found out, because you always establish interest, vested interest, which is very hard for any of us to get back. To get back on the track, we need an understanding of the real nature of freedom, economic and political, and the interrelationship between the two. We need really to have a greater understanding than these general comments I have so far given of the kind of system, the kind of principles that have enabled us to get this great achievement of the past 200 years.